This meeting is being recorded.
All right, well, welcome everyone to the Workforce Now employee walkthrough for CDR Maguire. I'm really excited today to introduce you to the many advantages of partnering with ADP, and that includes all of the employee self-service tasks. I'll also give you some tips and tricks on site navigation to help you learn the ins and outs of Workforce Now. Now, this site is going to give you access to key information regarding your pay, your development and trainings, company policies, and more. So our goal today is to make your life easier by using Workforce Now self-service. So let's get started with the training. Now, this recording and the information contained herein is proprietary and confidential to ADP and may only be used or shared internally within your organization. ADP has the right to delete any and all content at any time at its sole discretion, and any unauthorized use of this recording shall be deemed a breach of confidentiality under the applicable terms and conditions governing the services between you and ADP. All right. Well, let's get started by taking a look at what's on the agenda for today. And we'll start off with an introduction to employee self-service. Then we'll take a look at navigating the website by viewing and updating your personal and employment information, accessing your pay information, completing time-off tasks. We'll look at some benefit information, and then we'll have a question and answer session. If you'd like to ask a question, you'll see that at the bottom of the WebEx window, you'll see these little circles. One of them is the chat icon. So if you click on the chat icon, you can make sure the send to says everyone. Then you can click on the question chat box, enter your question, and then click on send. But just guys know that we might not get to any of these questions until the end of the session. All right. Well, we want your experience to be easy and enjoyable, which is why we've created the ADP Mobile App. Now, the mobile app will let you view specific ADP services and perform a number of tasks right from your smartphone. So you'll have that power right at your fingertips. You'll be able to view your pay stubs, W-2s, you can access PTO, you can check out the company news, skim the company directory, and much more. So guys, if you can, at your earliest convenience, please take a moment to download the mobile app. Okay, so employee self-service. Now we're going to review what is employee self-services and then what is the benefit for you. Well, employee self-service will give you access to a site that has your direct records and information. You'll be able to use it as a tool to submit your time off request. You'll be able to view your pay statements, your W-2s, and a lot more. Your portal here will give you access to your personal and employment information. It's basically going to make your day-to-day tasks a lot easier. So right now, we're going to take just a closer look at the Myself section. Most of the tasks that you will perform are through the Myself menu. Now, this menu includes sub-menus that gives you access to the pages that you're going to use the most. So first, let's review some of the pages that you have right from the Myself menu. You'll see that you'll be able to view My Information, Personal Information, Employment, Pay Information, and you'll have a menu for time off. To view your personal information, you are going to navigate to Myself, then My Information. From here, you'll be able to click on View More to see additional details on a particular section, or you can click on Add if you want to add any more information. To edit information, you'll simply click on the pencil icon. And just please note that what you see on the screen is subject to the parameters that your HR and payroll administrators have established for you. Okay, so now we're going to look at an example of how to change your address in the system. So once again, you are in that My Profile section, and under the Personal Information, you'll click on View More. Then you will scroll down to the Address section, and you can start entering your new address. And just see that Google will verify that you are using a correct address and will even suggest a new address if it finds one that's better. At the end, right after you press save, also it would warn you that you might want to check out your tax withholdings, because if you change your address, it might affect your state tax withholdings. All right. So now let's talk about some of the advantages that you can have by using the Myself and then Pay menu. Right from Myself and Pay, you'll be able to view your pay statements. You can view your W-2s. You can check out your tax withholdings and even add direct deposit. The next slide, we're going to concentrate on how to view your pay statements. So to view your pay statements, you're simply going to select Myself, Pay, and then you'll select Pay Statements. So once you're here, you'll see that your pay statement, the check, that's your gross wages. But if you click on the check image, you'll see that it will display your net wages as well. And if you want to see an actual PDF of your pay statement, click on View Check, and then it will display your pay statement in a PDF. Now your pay statement is displayed in Adobe Reader. You'll be able to view, you'll be able to save it, and you can print it right from here. When you're done, you just simply close the window by clicking on the X in the upper right-hand corner of the window. All right, so now let's talk about how to change or view your current direct deposit. To do that, you're going to navigate to Myself, Pay, and then Payment Options. So Myself, Pay, and then Payment Options. So right from here, you'll see that if you have already a direct deposit account, you could make changes to that account by simply clicking on the Edit button. Next, to add a new bank account, you simply click on Add Bank Account. First thing you'll see is that you need to enter a routing number. Now the system will verify that it's a valid U.S. routing number. If you have any questions on where you can find that routing number, there's a sample check, and it's highlighted in orange where you can find that routing number. Now, the next step is to enter an account number. You will want to enter your account number and verify that it is the correct one. The next step will be for you to enter which type of direct deposit it will be, either checking or savings. Then you can enter a specified amount that will be deposited into that account. Or you can choose to put a percentage of your pay. So in here, we're seeing that it's at 5%. And just note that the remainder of the pay, on this case example, is already being deposited in another account. The last part will be that you'll want to double check that you've entered the correct account number, and then you want to agree to the ADP terms and conditions. Then you can click on Add. Now here, if you need to edit, you simply just click on the Edit button again. And if you want to delete, right next to the Bank Account Direct Deposit heading, there's a little trash can. You can click on that, and that will delete the account number. All right. So next, let's talk about your tax withholdings. So to view your current federal and state tax withholdings, you can select Myself, Pay, and then Tax Withholdings. Now here, it will display your tax withholdings for federal and state if you have one. You can click to see there's a link where it says View Saved Tax Forms. If you click on that, it will view any tax forms that you've already completed within the system. Now, if this is the first time that you log into the tax withholdings, you'll want to click on Start to launch the federal tax withholdings first. Then it will give you access to start the state tax withholdings if you pay state taxes for your state. All right. The wizard will walk you through updating your information. Please pay careful attention to the wording once you're here. And you notice that you will be clicking Next through Advanced throughout the wizard. And please notice that at the end, once you're done setting up the wizard, you will see that it will give you the ability to print a paper version of your completed W-4 for your records. Now, the tax withholding form that is displayed is new for the changes made in 2020. If you don't want to change any of your tax selections, your existing information has been uploaded and will remain the same. Now, if you're unsure on how to complete or how the new 2020 W-4 tax changes affect you, we advise you to consult your tax advisor for assistance. You can additionally use the resources that are noted in this particular page. So if you need additional assistance, this is kind of where you will want to go and review. Okay, so now let's talk about time off. From the time off session, you'll see that you'll be able to request time off. You'll be able to view your time off request. You'll be able to view also if you want to cancel a time off request. Now, in order to request time off, you're simply going to click on Request Time Off by selecting first Myself, Time Off, and then Request Time Off, and then just click on the button that says Request Time Off. So once you click on that button, it will take you to this screen here. First, you'll want to enter the start date and end date for your time off request. Next, you'll want to enter how much time you like to take off. So in the example shown here, the amount is entered in hours. Now you can choose to enter notes that you want your manager to see regarding this request in the comments section. So for example, if you're leaving early for a doctor's appointment, this will be a good time to let your manager know here. You can also select the date by which you want your manager to respond by using the field label, Please Respond By. Now once you've entered all the information, all you need to do is click on Submit at the bottom. If your request requires approval, you'll see a message that your request has been submitted for approval. When you're reviewing your time off summary, you'll be able to see any requests that are still pending approval for your information. It is important to note, though, that you cannot edit an approved time off request. To make changes, you'll need to cancel the time off request, and then you'll need to submit a new time off request. If you need to cancel a time off request, you can simply access your list of requests, and you can do that by navigating to Myself, Time Off, List of Requests. You will choose the specific request that you want to cancel. Click on the action icon, those three little vertical line dots, and then you simply click on Cancel Request. Your balances might be loaded for your time off balances. You might want to check with your HR department to see if these have been completed yet. Okay, now AVP also wants you to save some time and some money, and by us giving you access to a website called LifeMart, which has affordable brand name deals on a wide variety of products and services. So once you click on this website right from Workforce Now, you'll be able to get discounts on travel, on electronics, on restaurants, and more. To be able to access this website, you'll simply click on Myself, Benefits, and then Employee Discounts LifeMart. Now, this might not be available just yet for you, but soon, once the benefits are up and running, you'll be able to see this page. Okay, now I'm sure you guys have some questions for me or for your HR team. Let me go ahead and unmute the system, also to check out the questions from participants. So give me 1 second. All right, guys, I have unmuted the lines. So basically, if you have any questions.
I know that I looked at the Crowder on Monday.
Hi, guys, we're still recording. And
the
lines
you.
have been unmuted, yes. Does anybody have any questions? I see actually here, There's one that I see. Does ADP have 2FA when setting up the account? Two-factor authentication. Yes, you'll see that when you're setting up your account. First, you're going to get a code, and then you'll be able to enter that code to be able to register.
Hi, everybody. Please mute your line if you're not asking a question, because we can hear you right now.
See your benefits, your pay stub, blah, blah, blah.
Lisa, we can hear you.
Not anymore.
Just
Guys,
an
does anybody else
FYI,
have any?
your vacation and PTO balances are still on the dump tech, and your requests will come through ADP going forward. Hi, Dave. We can hear you.
Massachusetts, Kentucky.
Well, what we can do, Jeannie and team, if anybody else has questions, we can just let them know to email the HR team, and then we'll be able to answer those questions on a one-by-one basis, if that's okay.
Jeannie,
All right,
this
guys.
is Tina. Just a quick question. Are we allowing people to change their direct deposit and W-4 information through ADP, or does that still go through HR?
You can go ahead and change it, and it will send us a notification of the change.
Okay.
People are responsible for making their own changes, and then we will be notified of those changes.
All right. And are we already live with the PTO request through ADP?
Monica?
Yes, I see that has been turned on for them. Yes.
Okay, so you can request it through there then.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Well, guys, any other questions?
And we will have a copy of this recording. And I believe can we put that up on CDR resources, Tina? Would that be a good one?
I'll call you afterwards to talk about how I want to handle that.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thanks.
We have a question here in Bay County.
Okay.
When you were saying you could add checking accounts and put a percentage in there, can we add a checking account and designate our travel pay to go to that account and our hourly pay to go to a different account?
So David, the travel, when you first become an employee, if you set up an account for expense reimbursement, if you need to change that account that your expense reimbursement goes to, you've got to send that to HR and finance. If you want it to go to a different account for payroll, that's what you do for ADP. ADP is only for payroll-related stuff. It has nothing to do with expense reimbursement.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody have any other questions?
Okay, if there aren't any more questions, then we're gonna go ahead and hang up.
Okay. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Monica, can you hang till the last one hangs up, just so we make sure we don't miss anybody?
Sure thing.
Thank you.